Hello my fellow commandants and welcome back to another video. I've seen a lot, and I mean a lot, of comments and quite a few of them are the exact same question. So today we're going to be going over some of the most frequently asked questions about Punishing Gray Raven and the Devil May Cry 5 collaboration. Question 1. When is the collaboration and is it only for CN? This is the single most frequent question I have read, alongside another one that we'll talk about in a minute. And I would normally save the best for last, but this needs to be addressed as soon as possible. So a lot of you are just starting PGR for the DMC5 collab, and want to know when the collab will drop and how much time you have to save. First off, the collab will come to global. It's not just for Chinese servers, but how about when it drops? By now, if everything is going according to plan at least, the CN servers should have the DMC patch live by around May 22nd, give or take. However, unless you somehow have access to the CN servers, which is unlikely now, then you will have to wait until it drops on global. Now, I don't have an exact date to give to all of you, and truthfully I wish I could, but I just don't, since we don't have any official information about when it will come to global. However, we can speculate that it'll be around late July to early August. That is, so long as things stay in the current course and we aren't thrown a curveball. Now, some people may think they know the exact date, but unless the official channels for PGR announce it, take it with a grain of salt. Question number 2. Can you use Event Construct R&D tickets? If you don't know what these are already, then I'll give you a brief rundown before we go into this. So Event Construct R&D tickets are orange tickets that you can use to summon on the arrival banners. However, in past collabs, these were not used. Instead, you had to exchange black cards for collab tickets or buy collab tickets from the top-up shop. Now, I wouldn't take this at face value since the patch is still a while off for CN, and even longer for global. When I have more information, I'll make an update post on my channel. Question number 3. Is it too late to start PGR? No, in fact right now is the best time to start PGR, since right now we're in something called the synchronization plan. You see, originally the PGR global servers were a whole year behind, meaning that we had to wait an extra year after CN to enjoy all the new content and quality of life. At the end of 2024, Hero Games announced that they will be merging several patches together, making them either double or triple patches to catch us up to CN servers before the end of 2025. And so far, they're doing a really good job at it. Now, I'm not going to talk about how well the sync was received, simply because I don't feel like revisiting that topic in particular. However, in these double and triple patches, all players will receive double or triple rewards depending on the patch. Meaning now is the best time to farm as much as possible. So what are you waiting for? Get playing. However, keep in mind that once the sync is over, everything will go back to standard, and you'll only receive the normal amount we used to pre-sync. Question number 4. How much is it to max out Vergil and Dante? Oh boy, this is one of those questions where I have to ask you what you mean exactly, because some people consider maxed out once you reach Triple S and have all the quality of life, or the other max out, which is Triple S Plus. Since it's such a loaded question, how about we break it down a little bit? We're going to use Vergil as our base example, so pulling one copy of Vergil will give you an extra free copy, which any dupe past the initial copy is worth 30 character shards. To go from S to double S, you need 30 shards, meaning that just pulling one Vergil, you got double S. Now to go from double S to triple S is going to be an additional 90 shards. This means you would need to pull Vergil 2 more times, with the second time you pull him initially, giving you another free copy. From here on, no more free copies. This means that if you want to stop at Triple S, it'll cost you 31,500 black cards to Triple S Vergil and 21,000 black cards for Dante. Truthfully, when it comes to PGR, any and all of the quality of life nowadays is only locked up to Triple S at max, meaning that Triple S is a safe place to stop and still have a super strong character. Anything past Triple S is just extra damage. Now to go from Triple S to Triple S Plus, it costs a lot more, like 180 character shards more, which is an additional 6 copies. Meaning that if you want Triple S Plus, that alone will cost you 94,500 black cards if you go to pity each time. That, however, is just for Vergil, and Dante is going to be slightly cheaper at 84,000 black cards. Truthfully, you guys got lucky. I sure would have liked to have those couple free copies trying to Triple S Plus my Luna Oblivion. Now keep in mind this isn't factoring in you going and using the Fate banner. So if you do that, best of luck. I say that because Fate banner has a higher pity than the normal event banner, meaning if you hit max pity, it's gonna hurt. Now let's factor in weapon. Assuming you go to max pity, it will cost 7,500, since it's 30 pity for the weapon. But what if you happen to lose to that nasty 20%? Well, then it will cost you at max 15,000 black cards or weapon tickets. However, I hope none of you lose. Now when it comes to weapon, you can resonance it with 6-star weapon USBs, you can get shards to exchange for one of these slowly through Norman Revival Plan, which is an endgame mode. Or you can outright buy them in the top-up shop for 299 RC. And they come with some weapon ticket pulls as well. The final way to resonance it is using another 6-star weapon copy. It doesn't have to be the same copy, but you get the idea. Finally, let's talk Cubs. Now, if you're confused about what Cubs are and what they do exactly, I already have a full guide covering that in a separate video on my channel. But the gist is they provide certain quality of lives, respective to the character they partner with. Now, pity for Cubs is 20, and if you hit 20, it'll cost you a total of 5,000 black cards or Cub tickets. Cubs also will have a 100% rate up upon debut, just like characters. So now I'm going to put the TLDR on the screen for simplicity's sake. This shows the total costs, if you win your weapon pull, and the instance you lose. Now, I'm in no way trying to dissuade any of you from grinding out the currency or telling you what is and isn't too expensive. I'm just laying out how much currency you need to rank up from each individual rank. That said, I feel like it's important to know that unlike other gachas, PGR gives a decent chunk of currency to pull new units. Usually about 15,000 for every new character that comes out, so keep that in mind. New players, remember that if you start now, you can get a huge leg up, and it gives you plenty of time to follow my guides and plan accordingly. That said, if you do plan on spending, spend responsibly. I myself maxed out one character all the way, that being my wife Luna, so I know just how much it really costs. With that, if you enjoyed the video and it helped you out, consider dropping a like and subscribe and hitting that notification bell to be notified of whenever I drop a new video. I have a Discord where you can join to get help or just talk with fellow PGR players. With that everyone, have a great rest of your day and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.